Hello everybody, my name is Autumn Weaver and this is my video presentation on the sculpture Laocoon and his sons for ARH 3130 Greek Art and Architecture. Laocoon and his sons currently resides in the Vatican in Rome, serving as the centerpiece for the Vatican's statue courtyard. The Laocoon has resided in the Vatican statue courtyard ever since it caught the eye of Pope Julius II in 1506, after a farmer dug it up in his vineyard on the Esquiline Hill in Rome. Upon its discovery, the Pope sent Michelangelo and his architect Giuliano di San Gallo to survey the statue, ultimately purchasing it and bringing it back to the Vatican. Here is an image of the Laocoon and his sons in the statue's courtyard at the Vatican, with some people in the foreground to kind of show its true size. The statue stands at a height of 6 foot 8 inches tall, and it is made out of 6 blocks of Greek Parian marble. The sculptural group depicts 3 figures, Laocoon in the middle, on his left, his son Antiphates, and on his right, his son Thymbris. The 3 figures are entangled by a large serpent that weaves in and out of their arms and around their legs, pulling them together in a way that creates tension and strain. The facial expressions and body movement of Laocoon and his sons really convey this sense of pain and despair and longing for help, which accurately represents the myth behind the statue. The story behind Laocoon and his sons and their torturous fate varies among multiple ancient sources. It first appears in the epic cycle, which is a series of poems recounting the story of the Trojan War. However, the most commonly referred to version of the story of Laocoon is found in Virgil's Aeneid, published in 19 BCE. According to this, Laocoon was a Trojan priest and who at the time of the Trojan War was skeptical about the wooden horse that the Greeks had brought as a gift to Troy. The Greek gods were not happy that he was skeptical of it because they already decided that Greece would win the war. So in order to silence Laocoon, they sent a snake after him to kill him and his sons. There has been a fierce debate amongst art historians and scholars for several years regarding which artist is actually responsible for the creation of the Laocoon, as well as when it was actually created and who it was originally commissioned for. The sculptural group was first described by a Roman aristocrat named Pliny the Elder in his encyclopedic-like novel Natural History. There he describes seeing it in the home of Emperor Titus, and he declares it to be superior to all other artworks. Pliny attributes the Laocoon to 3 artists from the Greek island of Rhodes: Hagiandros, Polydorus, and Athenodorus. Although Pliny's account of the Laocoon is widely accepted, there are a couple of discrepancies regarding his description. For example, Pliny describes the Laocoon as being created from 1 block of marble, when in actuality it is made up of multiple blocks of marble. On the other hand, scholar Lynn Catterson suggests a different theory regarding the creation of the Laocoon. In her essay, Michelangelo's Laocoon, Catterson suggests that the sculpture in the Vatican is that of Renaissance forgery. Catterson argues that Michelangelo had the motive and the means to sculpt the marble Laocoon. One piece of evidence Catterson uses to support this theory lies in a letter Michelangelo wrote to his father, which in it he describes purchasing multiple blocks of marble, which to our knowledge has not been used for any other of Michelangelo's sculptures. Along with the evidence in Michelangelo's letter, Catterson also describes Michelangelo's banking history and just the overall impeccable timing of it all, as well as similarities between the figures Michelangelo draws and that of the Laocoon. Art historians are also unsure whether or not the Laocoon was made in Rome or if it was made in Greece. At the time, Rome was pushing to become more of a cultural center for Europe, so the Pope was collecting a lot of sculptures and artifacts from Greece, potentially acquiring the Laocoon in the process. Support for this Greek context of the Laocoon's creation can also be found in the Great Altar of Pergamon. The sculptures at the altar strongly resemble the Laocoon in its form, the way its figure moves, and the expression of the faces, potentially placing the creation at the same time of the ones at the Pergamon altar. On the other hand, evidence exists suggesting that the Laocoon and his sons was created in Rome for Romans. Evidence suggesting a Roman birthplace for Laocoon and his sons can be supported by the sculptures found at the site of Spolonga in Rome, a dining grotto owned by Emperor Tiberius. Just like those found at the Pergamon altar, the statues that were found in the Spolonga were also very similar in style and form to that of the Laocoon. Along with these similarities in the physical attributes of the statues, one of the artworks found at the Spolonga actually featured the signature of the three artists responsible for creating it. Those three artists being the ones that Pliny the Elder associated with creating the Laocoon. Discourse over Laocoon and his sons continues to thrive in the discussions between our historians and scholars to this day. However, no matter its true origin, Laocoon and his sons is undeniably a profound and poignant depiction of human despair and agony.